Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Bhagya. I'm a post intern who is currently taking her gap year for the NEET PG 2021. So, why are we here today? What are we going to discuss? So we are already into the first week of February, and I thought maybe it might be a good time to flip through of whatever happened, whatever I did in my January. I know it kind of feels like a diary or a journal which I'm writing, but I just wanted to share with you guys about what all the TV shows I loved, what all the music that was on my repeat list, and what are all the books I read, and what is one thing or anything which I have did out of my boundaries, out of my comfort zone. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first, let me tell you about one big thing that happened in January. I usually try to make videos every other week, every Friday, but I suddenly one day I woke up and I thought, like, why not do a live stream, because I've been struggling really hard to come back to studying, and I wanted something to boost me up. Not only just Instagram, not only just posting my I don't know if you hear that, but I'm really sorry for that. So what I was saying, yeah, about not only just being accountable on Instagram, but I wanted to have that constant boosting up. I thought maybe live streaming, sitting in front of people and doing it might be a really good boost up. But then I also felt like, what people might think of it? Maybe I get really bad comments about it, and initially I was a little bit I stepped back a bit, but then I really wanted to try it out. I wanted to see how does people do those 8-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour live streams, and why cannot I do? So that day I just sat down in my room, I went through all of the things which are needed to do, and suddenly everything was good. I started streaming the very next day. I started with just one person, that to my friend whom I have told that I'm gonna stream, and then now today, after 2 weeks, we are a group of 10 to 12 people who study with me every single day, and they are wonderful people out there. Like, they motivate me, they motivate themselves. We talk we talk with each other in every single break, and whenever I feel low, they help me, and whenever we help each other. I mean, I never thought we can make friends out through a live stream, and this is something a really new a new kind of interaction for me. Yeah, we even talk post streams through the social media, and I'm telling, the biggest best memory of my January is doing live streams and meeting all these wonderful people. Now let's get into my favorites, or whatever I did, whatever the books I read and all the stuff now. So first is the books I read. So usually, if you know me, I have been reading books since the last 6 months. I know I have been telling you in this every single video, because I want myself to validate to myself that yes, I'm reading. So since I am a beginner, it's kind of a beginner, I'm not like a super duper reviewer kind of thing, but I read a book usually, and most of my books are fiction and young adult, so I wanted to try something different. But still, the beginning of the month was really good. In the first 15 days I have read like 2 books, and I was also listening to an audiobook. But now by the end, maybe it's because of the live stream or something, or maybe it was the book, I don't know, but I couldn't actually go through it. So I read 2 books, 2 fiction, 2 young adult fictions again. I'm trying to read adult fiction. I'm filming it 1 week before, so I don't know if I have completed it or if I have DNF'd it, I don't know. And I'm also listening to an audiobook, and I'm sure I'm gonna complete the audiobook by the time this video is gonna go live. And I read a short story, so let's just get into whatever the books I have read. So the first book I read in the beginning of January, it's almost like in the first week of January, I was reading this. It's The Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. It's I'm sure, I'm sorry if I have pronounced the name of the writer wrong, but I'm sure it's correctly pronounced. But this is the book 2 of the Orisha series, and there's another book which is due to come. While I was reading, I didn't know that it's a trilogy. I thought it's only a duology, and so I bought all the 2 books. And the first book I read at the end of December, and I could not hold myself up, and I immediately started reading this, and I read it in like 4 days. 4 days is really big, I know, but I read it in 4 days. And then by the end of the book, it's like I realized that there's another book yet to come, and I could not hold myself. Even then I was completely raving about it. What is gonna happen, what is happening, why didn't I know that it's a trilogy and not a duology? So actually, in this video, I'm just going to tell you what all I read and what are my thoughts. I'm not going to talk about anything about the blurb or whatever it is in this. Just do let me know if you just want to have some review kind of thing about the books I read. As I said, I'm still a beginner, but I think I can try and tell you what my thoughts and what my feelings are while reading this book. So yes, this is one book I'm really waiting for, that third book to come out, and you just get all kinds of stuff in here. You get enemies turn lovers and then turn to enemies back again. You get friendship, you get magic in here. You get every single element you want in an young adult to happen. And this is one of my favorite books for January, and I think this series is gonna be my favorite one. On to the second book. So before I'm gonna show this book, I want you to just wait for few seconds and admire it, because it's none other than Adultly Education. I think you can say it. Just look at this book. It's the most prized possession of mine of 2020. I bought it around in October, and it's actually a special edition from TBB. Wait, let me just show you the alternate dust jacket for it. You're gonna blow your mind for that. And see, it's a design cover specially designed for TBB box, and I am in love for it. The moment it came to my home, it came to me, I was dying to read it. And maybe it's because I was so we all say that do not judge a book by its cover, but the cover was so beautiful. And it has this beautiful here, and I was so into the dust jacket. I was so loving that I wanted to read it right away, but I couldn't because I had other books to read and I was so interested in them too. So I made it the read of January. I must say, this was the talk of the booktube the whole month, I guess, whenever it has the month it was released. I'm sorry, I don't remember the date it was released, but still it was the talk of the month for that month. And honestly, it's just a 3-star read for me. It wasn't a particular plot there is anything in here. It's just it felt like a daily kind of thing where the main character just wakes up, kills the monsters, and then goes back to bed. It's just the same thing in every single chapter. It's like maybe it is a series. It is a book 1 of School of Man series, and maybe I think because it's a series, maybe this book is supposed to be like an introduction kind of thing to all the characters we have, to all the whatever the characters, whatever they are meant to be, whatever their inner feelings are meant to be, or whatever the monsters are present in School of Mans, which we are gonna have like a more in-depth plot kind of thing in the second book. I don't know. I'm hoping that there might be something else. By the end of the book, there is that the main character gets into the actual final year of her school, and she's gonna have to graduate by fighting all of these monsters, and there's a love thing happening in the background, but her mother, who never ever okay, I don't want to no spoilers for this, but yeah, by the end of the book I really liked it. Maybe I'm just hoping that the second book would be even more interesting, but the beginning of the book, it's just a normal. It didn't grab me that attention which I wanted. The spark, I didn't get that, and but the love thing is completely, it's something really good between them. So we'll see what happens next in this book. And the next is a historical romance short story. It's just 80 pages and I read it over the lunch break I had during my live stream sessions. So it's really good. I think I like the short story more because it was brief, but yet it is really up to the point. And the book is The Princess and the Bodyguard by Chandrapriya, and it's based on the historical, the ancient Indian mythology. I don't have words to tell about it. It's a romance novel, and it's not a novel, it's a romance short story, and it's really heartwarming if you want to just have a few minutes. If you're having a bad day and you just have to feel good, if you want to feel that love and attention you want to that day, maybe you can just take up this book. She also had some other small short stories which are similar to this, which are romance short stories, so do check that out. I think they are available in the Kindle. I read it in the Kindle Unlimited, and the best. Then the next one is the audiobook, which I have been listening since the start of this month. Let me just tell you, I never heard an audiobook. I can never multitask doing hearing and doing work. I can just I can read and do something else, but I cannot hear and do a work because I just concentrate in only doing the work and not hearing. So I wanted to also listen to some audiobook because I wanted to explore every kind of format we have in books. I am reading Kindle, I have these paperbacks, and now I want to listen to the audiobook. So the one thing I thought from my reading journal, from my reading aspect, is that I have to get better in listening to the audiobooks. I just have to tell you, I just listen for just 30 minutes or 40 minutes a day, but Anxious People, Frederick Backman, the best. The book is so good, and the narrator who is narrating it, she is so well doing it. I just really feel that I'm actually sitting there with them and listening to their conversation. And I should tell you, reading a book is one kind of a feeling, but hearing to what the actual characters might say, how they would say, it's a complete different feeling. I'm still trying to go through more of the audiobooks, but right now I'm doing this. I still have 10 more chapters to do to hear, and maybe I think I might complete it by the time this is going live. So as I said, it's definitely already, since I haven't, even if I haven't listened to the entire, I just want to say that this is a 4.5 star read for me. Listening for me, I don't know, what do you say when you listen to an audiobook? Do you say read it, or do you say you have listened to it? A 5-star listen, I don't know, we say it 5-star read, right? Just let me know in the comments below what you say when you listen to an audiobook. So those are all the books I have been reading this month. The next thing is TV shows. So first thing, since I have been reading books and I have been doing live streams, I don't get much of the time to watch a TV show, and also most of the time I try to prefer reading a book, grabbing a book, instead of when I have to take up my phone. So whenever I feel like using a phone, I try to read a book. So mostly I haven't seen most of the much things in January. But the two best shows is, one is Killing Eve. I know Killing Eve is an old TV show, but I have heard from Taylor Swift in one of her interview that Killing Eve is the best, and I must tell you, I'm a really big fan of her, and I wanted to try it out, and it's really the best. I loved it. I loved watching Killing Eve. It's between an MI6 agent and an assassin, and how they fall in love with each other and how they hate each other. It's all of it, and the lead is one of the characters from Grey's Anatomy, and I just love her. It's the best show I have ever seen. So that's one best show for me. And the second thing is Bridgerton. I'm watching Bridgerton since the last few days. It's taken from a novel. It's inspired from the novel Bridgerton itself. It's a Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. sorry. So it's the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn, and it's too good. I don't know, I'm slightly going towards being a mood reader, and I'm slightly becoming to love the romance reads. I never read romance reads. I never thought I would love romance reads, but yes. So that's one other show that I loved watching, and I'm still watching it. I don't know if I might get bored in few days, but yes, right now that is my favorite show this month. And the third thing is, yes, Legacies and Riverdale. Both are going to be aired this month, and I have already watched the first episode of Legacies season 3. If you don't know, it's a continuation of the originals. I think everyone know about Originals. It's the best vampire series I have ever saw. I know Vampire Diaries is the best thing, and we also have Twilight, but Originals is something which is really close to me. I don't know why. I really love all the characters in Originals, and Legacies is the continuation of Originals, and the first episode has aired already, and it's in Amazon Prime, and I just love Langdon, and I'm really waiting to continue the series watching. And the second is Riverdale. I think it's season 5 which has been being aired. We already have 4. If you I don't know if I have ever mentioned this, but 1 month, I think it's around August or May, I just sat down and watched every single episode of Riverdale, all the 4 seasons, in just a week. It's so good. The plot and everything, it's so good. People have different opinions about the show, but I really love it, and the season 5 is airing. For the next month, I'm actually trying to catch up with Sabrina. I just didn't see any of the news, if it is still aired or if it is cancelled. I don't know. I have to find it out. But that's one show I'm just waiting to catch up again. So these are the shows which I have saw and which I'm waiting to see. Third is the music. Oh, is it 4 or third, whatever it is, I just forgot the numbers. So the next is the music. So I've been listening to a lot of songs this month. I think everyone listens to a lot of music, but the best music, my favorite one has to be the Evermore by Taylor Swift. Have you watched the video of Willow? It's so magical. I really wanted to, I'm every single day I listen to those, and I every single day fall in love with them every single time. Okay, there's a lot of singles, but yes, that's the favorite. January is full of Evermore for me. Every single song, I just love it, and I even imagine how the video is gonna be. I'm sure they don't launch video for every song, but imagination, we are free to imagine, right? So I have a lot of things in my head about what each song is gonna be, and I'm really excited. I don't know why I'm excited too, but I'm excited to listen to every single song every single day. And I have discovered 2 more songs. I think they are singles. One is The Beautiful People by Ed Sheeran, and if you haven't listened to it, you definitely have to. I think whenever I'm actually listening to that song, I think I remember Gossip Girl more. I don't know, maybe it's because of the lyrics or maybe because of the fashion and all that he mentions in it, but I just, every time I listen to it, I get Gossip Girl in my head, and that's one beautiful song for me. And the other one is Blinding Lights. Okay, I forgot the name. So it says Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, and it feels like a retro kind of a music, but it's so good again. So those are the 2 singles and 1 music album that I loved this month. It's a lot. January has been like a big month for me. I have did a lot of things, and I'm really happy that I did something better than 2020 in 2021. So those are the things that happened in January for me, all the books I read and everything I have seen. So if you like this video, if you liked whatever I have said. And if you want me to do some recommendations kind of a video for any TV shows that I have watched and also for the books I have read, do let me know in the comment section below, and do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and press that bell icon right there below to just get a notification whenever I post a video. And with that, we are gonna take a leave now, and with that, we're taking leave. Have a great day, guys. Happy weekend. Bye bye. Take care. Lots of love. We'll meet again.